What is up? Welcome in to the Early Edge. I'm your host, Allan Bell. We have a fantastic show lined up for you this Saturday morning. Week 1, college football in full swing today. We saw games on Thursday, saw games on Friday. We have some on Sunday and Monday. But today, everybody is getting down. Well, almost everybody. And I can't wait. I know you guys are fired up too. All right, before we get into our best bets for Saturday, let's take a look at how we did on Friday. And not bad. I mean, I think this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is that? 8 and 7. However, a couple parlays in there. All right. AB3 hits. Second day in a row. Got a plus 160 there. EC coming through with a plus 214. So well done on that one. And Mookie, come on, dude. One hit. You couldn't get one hit. Oh, that was brutal, man. Shout out to Colton Wong for a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 8th inning. Dude, that was nice. Got us that both teams to score between the Braves and the Dodgers. All right, now, speaking of that, this coming week begins our fall schedule on the Early Edge. If you are listening, we will put this out on social media so that you can see it. But NFL is in full swing this week, and we are fired up about it. So take a screenshot of that. And like I said, anybody listening on a podcast, we will put it out there so you can grab as well. All right, let's bring in the stars of the show here and get this thing started because today's big day, boys. First off, how we doing, man? Just us three today. No Mackenzie. She's actually at the North Carolina-South Carolina game. So just us. Mags, tough one, man. Saw the video there. You're what would have been at least a double. Somebody robbed you on the line. What happened?
Yeah, AB's talking about. I sent him a video last night. We had to cut some of my baseball analysis short yesterday, unfortunately, but we had our men's league all-star game. I hit a liner down the right field line. Guy just all out dives, makes a beautiful catch. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not bad because I had a hit, so it was still all good. And there was another hit, but that would
if he's out there watching right now, well done, buddy.
Yeah, if you're out there, yeah, then
that was a great diving play.
Got it on video. I'll send it to you if you want.
Yeah, for sure, man. PropStarz, what's good, bro?
What a little subtle brag there in the men's league all-star game, Amags. So very nicely dropped.
That's why I put it out.
Very nicely dropped.
It's the last time I'm going to play this year because we did not make the playoffs. So,
well, at least you appeared in the all-star game. But good morning, gentlemen. I'm fired up. I'm actually riding sky high more today, fellas. I may or may not have my first NFL prop of the season given out here live on Saturday morning's Early Edge. So I am all sorts of fired up, especially looking at that NFL schedule, AB.
Oh, I'm fired up too, man. You know what? And I'm glad you're jumping all over it. I think a lot of props came out late last night, right?
Yeah, over the last 24 hours, quite a few have dropped for Thursday Night Football, and we kick things off and could not be more excited.
Nice. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to get to that in just a second. First, let's get to our marquee matchups for today. Start off with home runs here. Let me pull this on the screen so you guys can see it. All right. So here are the 5 that we have. Aaron Judge, plus 250 in a home run. Ronald Acuna, plus 300. Shohei Ohtani, plus 325. Bryce Harper, plus 375. And Mookie Betts, plus 400. So, Mags, I'll start with you, man. What do you like?
Yeah, so, I mean, we saw Judge go deep last night out there in Houston. Hunter Brown, I think, actually is fairly susceptible to a guy like Judge. So I think, I know it's plus 250, but I think Judge, especially if he starts to kind of hit a stride here, he'll hit a bunch of home runs. Not a bad guy to kind of just play day over day if he gets hot, similar to how Harper was. What was it last week, right? Where I think it was 4 or 5 homers in 6 games or something like that. So yeah, I'll go with Judge.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a great look at it, and that's also absurd, right? To just start mashing bombs like that, man. These guys are just so good. PropStarz, who are you looking at, man?
I will take a shot on Shohei Ohtani. I know he's been a little quiet recently with the bat, but yeah, I think he's due for a home run here facing the Oakland A's. Paul Blackburn on the mound. I think it's an advantageous matchup for Ohtani, like the price we're getting there. So yeah, I'll take a shot at Shohei.
Yep, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go Ronald Acuna, and I like the Braves hitting matchups. I think the Dodgers are still undecided on what they're going to do, which is not a good sign for them at all, that they're still undecided. The Braves, yeah. I mean, I want to go Mookie here because when he goes 0 for 4, 0 for 5, he generally comes back strong in the next game. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. And also, Cooney might see a walk or two today. I'm fascinated to see on that one. But yeah, I'm going to roll the Cooney, man. He is hitting the ball so well, man. Just all over it, barely enough. All right, let's get to our next one. But before we do, all right, let's take one quick break and hear from one of our partners. And we are back. All right, our next one here. Now, since it's week 1 of college football, I put this together, okay? Now, these are 3 parlays that I'm playing personally, okay? We're taking the AB3 to actually another level. So I'm going to read these out, and I want you guys' thoughts here, all right? So we've kind of gone, broken them up here by money line, spread parlay, and a totals parlay. So plus 160, a 3-leg. North Carolina money line against South Carolina. Illinois money line against Toledo. Western Kentucky money line against South Florida. That pays out plus 160. Second one, spreads. 2-leg. Pays out plus 265. Tulane minus 6.5 versus South Alabama. Purdue minus 3.5 versus Fresno State. Both of those are played at home for Tulane and Purdue. Last one, 2-leg parlay totals. Pays out plus 265. MTSU and Alabama over 51.5. East Carolina and Michigan over 51.5. So, PropStarz, throw it to you, dude. Which one do you like?
Yeah, shout out to the great Matt Forte and Darnell Mooney, 2 Tulane alumni, AB. So I will take a shot at Tulane and Purdue here.
Okay, there we go. All right, plus 265. Amags, what do you like?
I know you were money with these money line parlays for like college baseball and all that. So when just by looking at the odds here, plus 160 for a 3-teamer, what were they, like maybe minus 200 or minus 185 or so? Like
at least
maybe a little deeper than that.
Yeah, Illinois and Western Kentucky, big favorites. North Carolina is last I saw 2.5-point favorite. 3 some books around there against South Carolina. Those are 2 pretty good teams, 2 pretty even teams. So I mean, you're essentially betting on North Carolina, right?
Got you. Yeah, I do think that, plus 160, I like that. But also that Purdue, if you were going to play that, maybe buy it to 2.5 so that you get inside both those numbers. And then, maybe it's around plus 210 or plus 200 or something.
Yeah, I like it. No, man, it's a smart play, especially, when you're looking at those hooks. I mean, look at Tulane, like the difference between 6.5 and it were 7.5. Oh,
yeah.
Gross, especially in week 1. So not a bad look at that one at all. All right, let's take one more quick break here, hear from our partners, and then we're going to jump right in to our picks for today. And we are back. All right, so Mags, throw it over to you, man. You got 2 plays today. Hit us with it, buddy. What you got?
Yeah, man, and it is Dallas Keuchel Day. Look, he's been pretty good since coming back into the major leagues. But I think today you're going back up against a Texas offense that you saw, I think it was about a week ago now. Just in my opinion, when you get that back-to-back, you really got to be a good pitcher or you got to be able to switch things up. I went back and I watched the start from Keuchel. I didn't think he pitched that. And I'm sorry, it wasn't a start, but I didn't think he pitched that well. It was a relief outing. He pitched 5 innings against this Texas team, but they had already put up 5 runs in the game. I didn't think there was a ton that they really needed to play for at that time. They had the lead. Monty was pitching well. Things were kind of on cruise control there. So when you look at Keuchel, he was, getting pitches in on some of the lefties that I don't think he can do time and time again. I think you can surprise guys sometimes first time they're seeing you this year, whatnot. Maybe you can get it in on their hands. You can let the ball run. They're not going to see it as good. I think when you come back today, Texas is at home now off a loss last night. Don't think that this is a good spot for Keuchel. So I'm going to play the first 7 team total for Texas over 3.5. I played it on DK, but you could play the first 5 if you want. It was at 2.5 for a very similar price. I don't dislike that. And I think that on the other side, Monty really has to be a guy that is going to get deeper into this game. This Texas bullpen has been brutal. Again, last night, giving up runs. I do not think that they can get deeper. I do not think that they want to get into that bullpen early, so they want Monty to get deeper. So that's another angle that you could play. I like a lot of Texas here today. And then secondly, I'm going to go to the first game of the day, which strangely, because college football, it makes sense, right? But it's a Saturday, and there's not a game till 4 o'clock Eastern. It's kind of tough, right? So I was looking at this game, and look, last night I liked both the lefties and Sandoval and Sears to go over their strikeouts. Sandoval pretty much just stunk. Sears lasted 6 innings but did not get the strikeouts. So, that was just a dud by me. But I think we go back here today with two of these righties. I really like Griffin Canning on the LA side. His number, I think, is at 6.5 here. I think if you want to lay the juice, you could do that, but play it over 7.5 at plus money. I don't dislike that either. I think he can easily get into that 7, 8, 9, 10 range even. And so I'm playing him at the 6 or more strikeout line. And then I'm going to go over to the other side, Paul Blackburn. Look, he's been rather consistent in not only getting deeper into these games, but also getting to that like 3 or 4 as his base here for strikeouts. So if you didn't want to play Blackburn and you wanted to just go to Canning, I do love that side of him. You could even play it straight. But I think if you mash these guys together on a little minus, what I had, I think it was minus 130, right? I think that's a nice little spot on DraftKings. So the 4 strikeouts and the 6 strikeouts in that little parlay there. 2 baseball plays. And I'll have much more coming on Twitter and the Extra Innings Show after this show here.
Nice. All right. That's a strikeouts parlay. It's minus 130. So you've got Griffin Canning, 6+ strikeouts, and Paul Blackburn, 4+ strikeouts, correct?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Perfect, man. Perfect. All right. I've got 4 plays today. And PropStarz, I'm going to get mine out of your way so you can clean us up here. First off, I've got 2 plays from the Dodgers-Braves game tonight. Like I said, I think this is an odd game for Los Angeles. They find themselves kind of in a weird spot after the first 2. So we're going to go. First one, Ronald Acuna, 1+ hit. Braves team total over 4.5 at minus 105. Ronald Acuna is just mashing the ball. They're not all home runs either. Hitting doubles. Dude's getting walked. I mean, we saw that. I'm interested to see. That's why I wanted to play the over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, but I got a little nervous there, man. So what used to be Matt Olson catching the walks at 4, that dude's in a massive slump. 2 straight games are going over 5. So I'm going to take it just 1 hit. The Braves score 5 runs or more, minus 105. We're going to stick with the same philosophy here with Austin Riley, 1+ hit, and the Braves team total over 3.5. We're going to drop it down from 4.5 to 3.5. Get that at minus 125. Give ourselves just a little bit of protection there, just in case this game does get a little strange tonight. But again, Austin Riley, same deal as Acuna, man. This guy is hitting the ball hard. He's getting singles. He's getting on base, man. So we're going to take those 2. All right, now college football. All right, first one. Alabama first quarter team total over 9.5 points at minus 125. I'm already on the over in this game. Look, the reason why I like it, not only the over, but Alabama points just in general, are 2 things. One, Nick Saban does not have his quarterback position solidified. In week 1, you know that he is going to keep the foot on the gas pedal, as will quarterbacks, anybody who gets in this game, because there are somewhat of opportunities. I mean, obviously he has a starter, but yeah, man, like this is not going to be, hey, let's just kneel it out and go. These guys are playing for positions. They're playing for spots. They're playing to kind of get up that totem pole. You know what I mean? Number 2, Nick Saban has a brand new offensive coordinator and a brand new defensive coordinator. Not only does he set the tone with his players in week 1 games, but he's going to be doing it with his coordinators as well. This is going to be a classic Nick Saban chewing them out. Even if they're up 50-0, he's going to be all over them. Not to mention their defense is really good. They're going to have opportunities. It's kind of like the Braves lineup. Like they just are going to get back in the box, back on offensive football wise, and they're going to have opportunities to score. So I like that first quarter team total over 9.5, minus 125. Lastly, ECU, Michigan, over 51.5 at minus 115. Look, ECU, you are walking into a buzzsaw. Not only is Michigan a really good team offensively and defensively, but Jim Harbaugh not coaching in this game. And you know his players, coaches, anybody with a Michigan credential around the program today knows what time it is and knows this is not the time to mess around. And Michigan, even when running the ball, if they're up big in the second half, which they probably should be, they are elite at running the ball. They're kind of like, well, Jim Harbaugh, former team, the San Francisco 49ers. They can score quickly running the ball just as quick as in the air. So I'm going to take that over 51.5. All right, enough me yapping, PropStarz. You hinted on it earlier with the NFL. So I'm thought to you about what we got.
Yeah, I mentioned at the top of the show, this is my first NFL player prop that I've given out this year. Could not be more excited. Emphasis on more excited. But yeah, we are going Sky Moore, wide receiver on Kansas City, over 37.5 receiving yards. You will see this listed at 39.5 on some books, 37.5. I'm fine with playing both of these numbers. I think this ultimately settles in that 45 range. But yeah, for those of you unfamiliar with Sky Moore, he was a second-round draft pick last year. Didn't really get on the field too much. When he was on the field, didn't have the best results, but now is walking into a starting role for Kansas City. He is going to be on the field in all 2 wide receiver sets for this Chiefs offense. So he has a massive opportunity to assert himself as the number 2 option in the passing game behind Travis Kelce. The Chiefs have very high expectations for him. He has performed well all throughout training camp. Didn't really get on the field in the preseason because the Chiefs knew that he was slated for this big role in the season. So also, if we look at some of Sky Moore's numbers last year, well, they don't jump off the page. They weren't quite as bad as they look. If you look at some of the advanced metrics, played a little bit better than his raw numbers suggest if you look at yards per route run. So yeah, I think Sky Moore is going to have a big role, a big opportunity. Over 150 targets vacated this Chiefs offense with Juju Smith-Schuster and McCole Hardman both departing in the offseason. So he is going to be counted on for a big role. Pretty much any player in a Patrick Mahomes offense who is going to have close to 100% snap share is worth a play under 50 yards, in my opinion. I also think there is a lot of untapped upside here with Sky Moore. He was being favorably compared to Golden Tate when he was drafted in the second round last year. So I have big expectations for the season for Sky Moore. I think this number, again, ultimately settles somewhere between 45 to 47 yards come kickoff. So get in early. You're going to get some closing line value here. Could not be more fired up, guys.
So the sky's the limit, huh? That was a terrible.
The sky is the limit.
God awful. It was just god awful. Now,
we're riding sky high.
You brought up Golden Tate, dude. Played his high school ball here in Nashville at Pope John Paul II High School, a very nice school. And he was, how do I describe? A problem to deal with. That dude was a monster, obviously. And also, pretty nice dude, too. Real good dude. All right, everybody. Now, props. I wanted to say one thing. Speaking of wide receivers, if you want to scout, all right, a guy that will, 2 years, be an NFL caliber wide receiver, 12 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Virginia and Tennessee play. Tennessee has a wide receiver named Squirrel White. Okay? Get a load of this guy. Check him out. I want the PropStarz breakdown on him. What you think? Yeah.
I can't wait to check out Squirrel White. Shout out to the great Pigeon White as well.
You'll love it. All right, everybody, grab your paper. Great. Yeah, Max, what up?
Hey, in the chat real quick, they asked about that Tennessee first quarter over.
Yep.
13.5, I think.
Yeah, we're on the over. Yeah, good eye there, man. We're on the over. First quarter, 12.5, and that's both teams, Virginia and Tennessee. And I'll give a quick breakdown as to why. This was the fastest and highest scoring, fastest offense in the country last year, highest first quarter scoring offense last year. Yes, they had Hendon Hooker, but their quarterback, Joe Milton, he's been in 17 appearances already for Tennessee, so it's not like this guy doesn't know the offense. He beat Clemson in the Orange Bowl, 31-14, right? Like, I mean, this guy knows what he's doing. Yeah, go ahead.
Just wanted to say real quick, I didn't give out a price that I'm comfortable playing this to if you end up seeing this at a future date. I'm comfortable playing this up to 43.5, so definitely some wiggle room with this projection here on Sky Moore.
Nice. All right, and I'll say this to end it. This offense is going to be fast as it normally is. And if you don't know who Joe Milton is as a quarterback, 12 p.m. Eastern, ABC, just turn it on. I'm not kidding you. This guy will throw it 95 yards in the air. Like, his arm is absolutely a howitzer. It's out of control. Like, you could see it on the YouTube little clip thing. Like, the football looks like, one of those like mini like beer cans. It was in Andre the Giant's hands, man. Like, this dude's crazy nuts. But yeah, ride that first quarter over 12.5, and that's Virginia and Tennessee. So Mags, good eye on that one. All right, recap screen here. Amags on the Rangers. First 7 team total over 3.5 runs at -120, and then a strikeouts parlay -130. Griffin Canning 6+ strikeouts, and Paul Blackburn 4+ strikeouts. PropStarz is on Sky Moore over 37.5 receiving yards at -114. I am on Ronald Acuna 1+ hit in the Braves team total over 4.5. It's -105. Austin Riley 1+ hit and the Braves team total over 3.5 at -125. Alabama first quarter team total over 9.5 at -125. And then East Carolina, Michigan, the game over 51.5 at minus 115. All right, boys. I think it's all the damage we could do for today. Anybody have anything exciting, anything fun you have going on this Saturday or Sunday or Monday? It's holiday weekend.
Jason Dominguez, just watching him play. That was his debut last night. Hit a homer with his first swing in the major leagues. So
not bad.
Definitely not bad.
That's that Jason Hayward move right there. PropStarz, we get going, man.
I'll be doing some fantasy drafts in addition to just prepping for week 1, Thursday night, Chiefs-Lions, 54-point total. Everyone's going to show out. I cannot wait. I am literally just counting down the seconds until we get into the NFL season. So just ready to dive in head first.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a quick nugget before we get out of here. Those two teams, since the NFL kind of really started tracking, total spreads, et cetera, in 1979, those are the two best teams basically in NFL history at hitting overs in week 1 games. All right. The last 12 years in week 1 games, the Lions have hit the over in 12 and 0. The Chiefs, 10-2. So yeah, these teams don't waste time getting after it. Putting the ball in the air, scoring. Yeah, so props. I like that prop by you. All right, everybody, we'll be live Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern normal time. But until then, best of luck. Celebrate, enjoy week 1 of college football. I hope your teams win. We will see you